everybody. Today I'm going to review the Klein Tools NCVT-1 non-contact voltage tester. And this is a very simple, easy to use device that pretty much anybody can learn how to operate in a matter of a couple minutes. And what it's specifically designed for is to tell you if there's electricity present and a power cord and a light switch or even an outlet. Now that's really important when you're working around electricity because you do want to verify the power has been turned off so you don't accidentally shock yourself. And using the Klein, you can do exactly that. Now I want to point out right off the bat, this particular unit is going to be an entry-level model. It's not for professional use, and it's really designed for the DIYer or homeowner. And the reason that I picked this up, recently we were visiting some relatives, and they had a problem with one of their light switches. We went down to the Home Depot, picked this up as well as the other tools needed for the job. We went back and swapped it out, and I knew without a doubt that the power was turned off and I didn't have to worry about shocking myself. Now what I want to do in this video is give you some closer-up looks at this. We'll go over the operation of it, and we're going to see how it actually performs. Here's a closer look at the tester, and I do want to point out that it is made out of a very hard, heavy-duty plastic, and at the end is where you're actually going to be touching the wires, or maybe even sticking it in one of the holes of an outlet to see if there's power present. It does have a belt clip built in, so you can easily keep that, let's say, in your pants pocket or in your shirt pocket, and it's not going to go anywhere on you. And it also has a very easy on-off operation with the power button down here at the base. Now I do want to point out it is extremely lightweight, coming in at under 2 ounces, and the overall length is coming in at 5.5 inches. Installing or replacing the batteries is extremely easy to do. At the top of that belt clip you will notice a yellow tab. You just need to press that down, and then taking your thumb at the base of the belt clip, just push it right off. It is actually a cap that's going to hold the batteries in place. You can tilt the tester up, 2 AAA batteries are going to slide out. You can take your replacements, put them back in, and then you can take that cap, line it up with the tab, and then just slide it right back into place. At this point, the batteries have been replaced and you're ready to go. The tester is going to have 2 different modes. One will give you audible beeps along with an LED status, and then the other will be a silent mode. To turn on the audible mode, you'll just take that power button, press and release, you'll hear a beep and you'll see a green LED. To turn the unit off, you'll take that same power button, press and hold, and after a few seconds you'll see that light go off, and then you will hear an audible beep alerting you that the power is now off. Now the good thing about the unit, because it does have a silent mode, if you are in an office situation and there's people working around that you don't want to disturb, then you can take that same power button, press and hold, and when you see a green LED light up with no audible beep, it means that it is in silent mode. In this mode, when it doesn't sense electricity, you will see a green LED. But when it notes that electricity is present, the green LED will go off and a red LED will light up. The tester is going to be rated between 50 and 1000 volts of AC power, which is the type of electricity inside the wires in your house. In this case, we have our main supply line coming into the 80-gallon air compressor directly out of the panel box. When we take our tester and put it against that, you can see it does see power inside. So this proves that there is electricity inside this wire. But what you want to keep in mind, AC power is not the same as DC power, which would be inside your vehicle. So if you are looking for a tester to test the electricity inside of a car, this is not going to be the one for you because it cannot detect DC voltage. It can only detect AC voltage. When using this to test the power cord coming out of an outlet, you do want to keep in mind one side is going to be the hot side, the other side is going to be the neutral side. And then the insulation is fused together, giving it the appearance of a single cord. Now to prove what I mean by that, you can see it is on green, which means no electricity is present. If we put that on the neutral side, nothing's going to go off, and you may think there's no power in this cord. But when we move it to the other side, you can see it will audibly beep, the LED is going to turn red, and it's telling you there is power in that cord. So whenever you're using this, it's a good idea to move it completely around the cord that you're looking at, to verify there's no power present. Now the same idea is going to hold true with the power wire coming out the side of your panel box. In this case it's a 12-2 wire supplying power to the lights in the room. If we hold the tester against one side of it, it's not going to beep and it's going to stay green, giving the illusion there's no power on. But what you need to do is actually put this completely around the wire, touching all the sides to verify the power is off. And if we take the tester and move it to the opposite side, you can see it is going to turn red and it's going to start beeping, alerting us that there is electricity present. The reason for this, inside of a 12-2 wire are going to be 3 individual wires, a hot, a neutral, and a ground. And what the Klein is looking for is that hot wire. If we put it against one side and trust that there's no power on, without testing the opposite side, you would run the risk of getting shocked. When you're taking a look at some 220 volt outlets, you will see 3 different openings. It's going to be a hot, and then a ground. So if we try to stick this in the ground, nothing's going to happen. But if we stick it on either side of the hot, you will notice it go off, it's going to turn red and start beeping. So if we try out the right side, it's going to turn on, and then if we try out the left side, it's also going to turn on. But when we take a look at a standard plug like you would have throughout your house powering pretty much any outlet, what you'll see are also 3 different openings. You're going to have a ground, a neutral, and then a hot. Now the way you can normally tell these apart, the small one down here at the bottom is going to be the ground. The large opening is going to be the neutral, and then the small opening will be the hot. To verify this, we'll go ahead and take our tester, put it in the ground, nothing's going to happen. We'll go ahead and put that in the neutral, nothing's going to happen. And then when we put it in the hot, it's going to verify there is power at the outlet. And now that we've verified that there was power on at the outlet, without turning the Klein off, I went back to the panel box, turned the breaker off, and now when we retest the same outlet, you can see that there is no power on at all. It's going to stay green in all 3 holes, and at this point we could take the faceplate off, change out that outlet, and we know that there's no electricity present. Using this to test a standard light switch is going to be a little bit different because from the outside we can't tell if there's any power present. To do so, you must remove the outside faceplate. And I would highly suggest using an insulated screwdriver so you don't accidentally shock yourself. Now that we've removed that faceplate, we can see the wires behind it. And what we'll do is go ahead and put this on both sides of that switch to see if there is power present. So that proves there is power present. We'll need to go back to the panel box, turn off the breakers until we verify that it's going to stay green the whole way around. And at that point we could pull the switch out, replace it, then put the cover back and turn our breaker back on. So now you've seen Klein Tools' NCVT-1 non-contact voltage tester for yourself. And if you go to the Home Depot or even online looking at these, you will see they have multiple models, this being the entry-level one. But for just a standard homeowner, DIY, or somebody that doesn't work around electricity every day, this would be a good option, and it comes in at under 20 bucks. Now, like I showed you, it works absolutely excellent. You can have it with the audible alert or on the silent mode. And because those LEDs light up so well, you can still very easily see if there's electricity present. Now, it's always a good idea when you're working around electricity to turn off the breaker so there's no chance of you getting shocked. But if you do that, verify this on a working outlet to make sure that it's working correctly beforehand. You really minimize that risk. If you like this video, please click like. If you like my channel, please click subscribe. And thanks for watching.